Good morning, student. Today I am going to tell you about the lesson packing, and before that, children, I welcome you all to my this English class. So children, we were doing the lesson packing, and the name of the lesson, the poet is Zeram Klapka Zeram. So what is the name of the poet? What is the name of the writer here? Zeram Klapka Zeram. He was born on May 2, 1859 in Caldemore, Warsaw, England. He obtained his school education in St. Marylebone Grammar School. He was an English writer, and moreover he was a humorist. So children, what do you mean by humorist here? Humorist means, children, those who can make laugh the other people. He is best known for the comic travelogue, and children, he had written the story. The lesson which I am going to do is a part of the comic travelogue, that is Three Men in a Boat. This novel has become very famous, Three Men in a Boat. Children, packing is a part of that novel. Apart from this, he had wrote many essays, some essay collection like Ideal Thought of an Ideal Fellow, then Second Thought of an Ideal Fellow, and of course Three Men on the Boomel. So these were again were very famous novels. And children, he died on 14th June 1927, and when he was very young, at the age of 13, his father died. And children, when he was 15, his mother died. So financially he was not very sound, he was very weak financially, and due to this he has to suffer a lot. He was having a lot of dream. He was an intelligent child, but because of this incident, the death of the parents, he had to suffer a lot. First of all, he had to look after his living. Okay, he had to earn money for his livelihood, and then children, but then he did all that thing, and finally children, the death of his parents forced him to quit his studies and find work to support himself. And but at the same time, children, he has not left this work of writing, and he had become very famous. So Zeram Klapka Zeram, okay, he wanted to give everybody the theme of the story, that children, whatever we think, like here children, the packing is there. People think packing is very easy, but it is not so easy. So he wanted to say that whatever things we think is very easy is not actually very easy. It is a bit tough, because when we will do that thing, then we will realize about that thing, that it is not a very easy thing. It is a bit difficult task. Student, I was telling you about the story Packing, written by Zeram K. Zeram, and he has shared his experience of packing when he has to go for a holiday with his friend. Okay, so his three friends were there, and children, here narrator is thinking that he should take a rest and he would supervise them, but children, they have taken it for granted. Here up something opposite has happened. Here children, his three friends, what they are doing, they are taking rest, and here Zeram K. Zaram is busy in packing. In fact, he did not like that he should take the others should take a rest and he should pack. Well, children, when he is packing, when he has packed everything he had arranged in a very nice manner in a bag, suddenly his friend asked him whether he had packed his boots or not. So now, children, he is much confused. He is not. He has forgotten whether he had kept the boots or not. And suddenly, children, when again he repacked everything, again he had a horrible idea came to his mind. If he had packed his toothbrush or not. So when he was packing, children, this idea came to him whether he had packed his toothbrush or not. He turned everything, he put everything upside down. He was not knowing where to see it. In fact, he was not able to remember whether he has packed his toothbrush or not. And finally, children, he had remember that his toothbrush, in fact, he had seen that his toothbrush were lying on the in one of the boot. In 18 times he had find it out, his toothbrush. He had looked everywhere. Everything was in mess. Everything was put here and there. And finally, children, he found it inside a boot and packed the things once more. The bag finally got finished at 10:05 p.m. So, children, they were thinking to go do an early packing and go to bed early, because early in the morning they have to leave also. So, but finally, children, the that bag, okay, in which he had to put the things, it was packed on 10:05 p.m. Well, now, children, it was George and Harris. Finally, they told him that they would be packing the food items. Now, the task of packing hampers was taken by George and Harris, on which narrator agreed. And children both started packing in a cheerful nature, showing narrators how to do it. Now, children, here something else has happened. Now, children, it was the turn of George and Harris to pack the food items, and they told narrator that they would be packing it. But finally, what happened? It was, children, narrator, he was poor fellow, he was looking at them, and they were teaching him how to do the packing of the food item. Now, however, according to the narrator, Harris was the worst packer in the world. Well, children, these people, since they were not aware of packing, they made a mess of everything. They broke a cup first of all. Then Harris packed the strawberry jam on top of a tomato and squashed it. George stepped on the butter. They packed the pies at the bottom and squashed them by putting heavy things over them. They upset everything. George got the butter off his slipper and tried to put it on the kettle, but it would not go inside the kettle, and finally he put it, and then it was not coming outside the kettle. At last they dragged it out all and put it down on the chair. Harris sat on it and butter stuck to him. Now, children, poor Harris, he was not, he forgot that the butter has been put on the chair, and he, poor fellow, he sat on that chair, and finally, children, that butter got stuck to him. They searched the whole room but could not able to find. Lastly, George got round at the back of Harris and saw it was stuck there, and he took it off from there and packed it in the teapot. Thus they make a mess. Monty Morsey disturbed them. Monty Morsey was a pet dog, and children, he was expert in disturbing, and he used to make trouble when everyone was in trouble. He came and sat down on things just when they were wanted to be packed. He put his legs into the jam and he pretended that the lemons were rats. Now, children, he was a person who was a disturbing element. He was, some of the lemons fell and he was behaving as if those lemons were not lemons but they were rats, and got it into the hamper and killed 3 of them before Harris could land him with a frying pan. Now children, Harry said it was the narrator who encouraged that dog for these things. Well, finally children, they went to bed, and there again at 12:50 late at night, they decided to go to sleep because it was already late. George asked when he should wake them. After little argument, they decided to wake at 6:30 because children, it was too late, though it was very much difficult to wake at 6:30. But then if they would not wake, then they would have, what would have happened to them? They would have must not have reached there in the holidays, that is in the time. So finally at 12:50 they decided to get up. So children, here the main point is 3 friends George, Harris and Jerome decided to take a journey. Jerome took the task of packing things into a bag. George and Harris were relaxing while the author was working. This irritated him. The narrator had to open the bag many times and again to pack the things that he forgot to pack. And children, he assigned the task of packing hampers to George and Harris. They made a mess while packing the things. First of all, they broke a cup. Harris packed the strawberry jam on top of a tomato and squashed it. George stepped on the butter. The butter was stuck at his back. They also had a dog named Montmorency, which used to disturb others. They went to bed after 12:50. George asked them when he would wake them up. After little argument, they decided to wake up at 6:30. So this children I have already discussed with you. Now I will be doing with the explanation of the lesson. Okay. So you can see children how these 2 friends, they were they thought that the packing is very easy, but they did not thought that packing would be very tough, and children, it was very difficult for them to do the packings. Okay, now I was here on page number 83, the last paragraph. Well, so page number 83, the last paragraph, I was there too. I was going to explain you. My toothbrush is a thing that haunts me when I am traveling. Now children, here Jerome is telling about the experience with his toothbrush. Toothbrush is a thing children which we never get at the morning. If we will not keep the hours when we use the toothbrush, generally late at night or in the night, and then children in the morning. These are the hours where all the shops are closed and we will not get it. The worst thing is that we cannot use the toothbrush of other people. So children, he was, but he always forgot to keep his toothbrush. He always forgot to children keep his toothbrush, and it always haunted me while traveling whether he had kept his toothbrush or not, and make my life a misery. I dreamed that I haven't packed it. Now children, even while traveling, he was so much troubled by his toothbrush that he used to feel that he has not packed it, and while traveling, and makes my life a misery. I dream that I haven't packed it and wake up in a cold perspiration. I dream that I haven't packed it and wake up in a cold perspiration. So children, he woke up in a cold perspiration and get out of bed and hunt for him. He used to get out of bed and he used to hunt for it. And in the morning, I pack it before I have used it. In the morning, children, he used to pack it before he has used is, again he had to take it out, the everything he had to do it, and then again he has to keep it, while keeping it again he used to feel whether he has kept it or not. So these were the things which was common, quite common with the narrator. I have to unpack again to get it, and it is always the last thing I turn out of the bag. And children, while keeping it, it was the first thing he used to keep in the bag, because for him it is the most important thing. But children, when he used to forget everything, when he used to take it out, he used to think that it is the last thing I turn out of the bag, and then I repack and forget it. And then children, he used to repack it and forget it, and have to rush upstairs for it at the last moment and carry it to the railway station wrapped up in my pocket handkerchief. And finally children, he has to rush it to the railway station, okay, wrapped up in my pocket handkerchief. Of course I had to turn every mortal thing out now. Now children, he is telling he have to take every mortal thing from that bag, just to check his toothbrush, whether he has kept his toothbrush or not. I could not find it. I rummaged the things up into much the same state. Rummaged, children, searched in a hurried or a careless way. And children, he used to rummage. What is the meaning of rummage? Rummage means to search in a very quick or in a very careless way. And in the same state that they must have been before the world was created. And when chaos reigned, of course I found George and Harris 18 times over, but I could not find my own. Now children, the worst thing was that the toothbrush of George and Harris was found 18 times, but he could not find his toothbrush in time. So that was the worst thing. And though he used to tell himself that he is a very good packer, it is Harris who is the worst packer. I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. Then I found it inside a boot. I repacked once more. And children, finally what happened? He found his toothbrush inside the boot, okay, and he was totally, children, he was very much disappointed by that. When I had finished, George asked if the soap was in. Children, again, for the first time when he had packed, George asked whether the boot was in. Then when after packing he thought, he was not able to remember whether he had kept his toothbrush or not. Again he have to search it very badly. And children, now for the third time when again he had repacked it, George is asking this time whether he had kept the soap or not. I say I did not care a hang whether the soap was in or whether it wasn't. Now children, he was so irritated that he told them that he did not care whether he had kept the soap or not. And I slammed the bag shut and strapped it. And finally children, he shut the bag and found that I had packed my spectacles in it. And children, when he was closing his bag, he found that he has kept his spectacle inside the bag. Finally again he has to open everything and he had to take out his spectacles, because without his spectacles it was very difficult for him to see it, and had to reopen it. It got shut up finally at 10:05 p.m. and then there remained the hampers to do. And children, finally children, again he has to close it. Harry said that we should be wanting to start in less than 12 hours and thought that he and George had better do the rest. Now children, since writer was taking a lot of time, Harris told him that he had to go, they had to go and take the rest, because in the early in the morning they have to start early. So if he want, he could again check the packing, otherwise they are going to take the rest. And I agreed and sat down and they had to go. Finally children, he agreed and he sat down and they had to go. They began in a light-hearted spirit, evidently intending to show me how to do it. And children, finally, they left the place. Okay, they began in a light-hearted spirit. And children, now children, it was their duty to pack the gift hampers. Now children, it was their duty to pack the food meals or the food hampers. They were in a very cheerful mood. Children, they were showing the narrator how to pack the things, which made him more irritated. I made no comment. I only waited. Now poor narrator, he was in such a bad mood that he could not comment, and already they have proved him that he did not do anything nicely. So they were in a very bad mood. With the exceptions of George, Harris is the worst packer in the world. Now children, he was thinking Harris is the worst packer in the world, and George, he know how to do a bit of sort of packing. And I look at the piles of plates and cups. Children, suddenly there was a lot of plates and cups which they were going to take it, and kettles and bottles and jars, pies, stove. So these were the things which were kept for packing. What were the things? Cups, plates, kettles, bottles, jars and pies, and stove, and cakes, tomatoes, and felt that the thing would soon become exciting. And children, now children, he was very happy when he saw so many things they have to pack. So the writer, he is thinking now they will have problem in packing, and they are becoming so much expert in front of him. Now he would like to see that how they pack all this thing. Well, it did. They started packing. They started with breaking and cup. Suddenly children, when they were packing, the cup slips from their hand and it broke into pieces. So they started their packing with the breaking of cup. That was the first thing they did. So it was the first thing what they did. They started doing the packing with the breaking of the cup, and felt that the thing would soon become exciting. And children, what did he felt? He felt that the thing would soon become exciting. It did. They started with breaking a cup. That was the first thing they did. They did that just to show you what they could do and to get you interested. And children, they have shown what was their intention. Their intention that they were not good packers, and they have proved it by breaking the cup according to the writer. Then Harris packed the strawberry jam on top of tomato and squashed it. Children, then Harris, what happened? He put the tomato first on the bag, and then he put a large bottle of squash and children, the strawberry jam, and whole tomato was in mess. And they had to pack out the tomato with a teaspoon. Then Harris packed the strawberry jam on top of a tomato and squashed it, and they had to pick out the tomato with a teaspoon. And then it was George's turn, and he turned on the butter. I did not say anything, but I came over and sat on the edge of the table and watched them. And children, then it was George's turn, and he trod means he stepped on the butter. I did not say anything, but I came over and sat on the edge of the table and watched them. It irritated them. So he was very much irritated. It irritated them more than anything I could have said. I felt that it made them nervous and excited, and they stepped on things and put things behind them. Now children, well children, they were a bit nervous and they were a bit excited also. They stepped on things and put things behind them, and they could not find them when they wanted them. So children, what was happening? They were putting the things here and there, and children, they packed the pies at the bottom and put heavy things on top and smashed the pies in. And children, one example of tomatoes I've given you, that it was Harris who put the heavy bottle of jam upon the tomatoes, and all the tomatoes got squashed, messed up. Okay, so now the writer is telling that they were doing all sort of things which they should not have done. Sometimes they were stepping on the things, they already broke the cup and put things behind them, and they could not find them when they wanted them, and they packed the pies at the bottom and put heavy things on top and smashed the pies in. They upset. Now children, even with a case of pies, what actually happened, children, when pies was going to, suppose they were going to pack the pies are a bit light. Okay, they put heavy things on top of the pies, and all the pies were smashed. They upset salt over everything. Now children, the worst thing was there, the way they have kept salt, it spread on everything which was there. And as for the butter, I never saw two men do more with 1 and 2 pence worth of butter in my whole life than they did. Now children, he is telling you that how they have packed butter in his whole life. He had never seen the way they were putting the butter. He had never seen in his life. So after George had got it off his slipper, they tried to put it in the kettle. It would not go in, and what was in would not come out. They did scrap it out at last and put it down on a chair, and Harry sat on it and stuck to him, and they went looking for it all over the room. I will take my oath and I put it down on that chair, said George, staring at the empty seat. Okay. So, well, then let's see what happened with the butter. They were searching the butter all over, which was stuck behind them. Children, the butter was, they were looking for all over the room. Okay. I will take my oath, I put it down on the chair, said George. Now children, it was George's turn now. He told that I put the butter on the chair, staring at the empty seat, but the butter was not to be found there. I saw you do it myself not a minute ago, said Harris. Now Harris told he, even I have seen you, that you have put the butter there down on the chair. And actually what happened, children, they started round the room again looking for it. They started searching for it in the room, which was everywhere in the room. They started searching, and then they met again in the center and stared at one another. Both were searching along with the room. They met again in the center and stared at one another. Most extraordinary thing I ever heard of, said George. Now George is telling, this is the most extraordinary things I've been hearing. So mysterious, said Harris. Then George got round at the back of Harris and saw it. Why, here it is all the time, he explained indignantly. So children, suddenly George saw at the back of Harris, and what did he see? He had seen that the butter was there, stuck at the back of the Harris. Accidentally he sat on that chair, and then he had found that the butter was stuck there. Then George got round at the back of Harris and saw it. Why, here it is all the time, he explained indignantly. Where, cried Harris, spinning round. And here Harris had spun round. He is asking where. Stand still, can't you, roared George, flying after him. And they got it off and packed it in the teapot. Finally, children, he put the butter from his bag, which was stuck there, and finally put it in the teapot. Suddenly, children, their dog, Montmorency, he came it, and Montmorency's ambition in life is to get in the way and be sawn at. Now, children, the dog, he was intentionally, children, it was his nature to make the trouble. Okay, intensely he used to make the trouble. And suddenly, after, when children, this butter, finally they were able to find the butter, and finally their dog, it came and it started making trouble for them, as if it was his ambition of life to make trouble for others. If he can escape in anywhere where he particularly is not wanted, and children, he would go to that place and during that time when particularly he was not wanted for it. So children, it was the time when everybody was getting late, everybody was busy in that butter and everything. Okay, they were already getting late, they have to sleep also. But what happened, they were just then the dog came in and they were not able to sleep. And children, and he is a perfect nuisance, and everybody felt that dog is a perfect nuisance. Okay, so children, now this is a time for ending our video, and rest now. In the other part of the story I will be telling you in my next video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.